Hello everyone. In our previous class, we have learned about the importance of globes and maps and how we can use the globes and maps to read to read a particular place or location. Okay. After that, we are going to learn about the elements of map. Okay. So what is elements of map? Elements of map just act like a language. Okay, which is used by a cartographers. Similarly, as you can see that there is the information given. A map contains a large amount of information. To convey this information in a manner that is simple and easy to understand, cartographers use certain elements that are common to all maps. These elements are directions, scales, colors, symbol and legends. Okay, so there are the five symbols which has been mainly used by cartographers. These are directions, scales, colors, symbol and legends. So these are called the languages of map, as I has told you before. Okay, so let's go for finding directions. There are four main directions. Okay, the north, east, south and west. The four main directions are generally known as cardinal points. And then we can see that, let me show you. Okay, so you can see the direction picture. Okay, over there there's a north, south, east and west. So if we need to locate a location or a particular place between north and east, we used to say that location is in northeast direction. Okay, and if we need to locate a location between north and west, we can say that it is located on northwest direction. Similarly, we can go for the southwest and southeast too. Okay, so these are the points like northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast are called intermediate point. Okay, so directions are usually shown with the help of an arrow drawn on the upper corner of the map. Okay, I'll show in the on the map. Okay, after. So there is a arrow pointed toward the north side, which is written in a capital letter N. Okay, so which just signify that the north side is on the upside direction or right side direction or left side direction, so that you can get to read the map very carefully and properly. Okay, so after that we will go for measuring distance map scale. Okay, so to show an area accurately on a map, distances between places on the ground have to reduce proportionally before plotting them on the map. Like, while we use the area on the map, like on the map we can see that this is been the distance between some area is like this much, very small. Okay, but in the reality it will like up to 2 kilometer, up to 50 kilometer. Okay, so just to show an area accurately on a map, we use a certain ratio or proportional to plotting them on the map, so that while reading a map we can get the exact distance between that area or location properly. Let me show you something first. As you can see, while reading a map, we can clearly see a direction that is north side. Means the Jammu Kashmir is located on the north side, and we can thereafter we can start the reading map very clearly. Okay, and on the map scale you can clearly see the division. Okay, that how much division will be occurred for how many kilometers, like 0 to 248 and then 492 kilometer. These are the political map division and also called as map scale, and this map is called political map. Okay, and there you can see the key. Okay, on the box there is a key, means country boundary, which is denoted by bold line, and by a thin line there is a state and union territory boundary. Therefore with the red box you can see country and capital. So what is these things? These things are also the language, and it is mainly called as legend. Okay, so these are also a element of map. Okay, so between two places on a map to the actual distance between two places of the ground. Okay, if a map is drawn to a scale of 1 centimeter equal to 1 kilometer, It means that place on a map that are 1 centimeter apart are actually 1 kilometer away from each other on the ground. Like if we have plotted two things on the map, okay, the first is located over here and the second thing is located over there, and the distance between those two things is 1 centimeter, okay, and on our map, like the map we are reading, there is a map scale over there which clearly says that 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. Then it means the distance between this point and this point is clearly 1 kilometer in real on the ground, on the earth's surface, okay. So the scale of a map is used to find out the actual distance between places shown on a map, okay. So a scale can be shown in three way, that is verbal scale, graphical scale, and there is a representative scale, okay. I will tell you about this later on the next page. First we will go for verbal scale. So verbal scale express the relationship between distance on the map and distance on the ground in word. Means verbal scale clearly describe about the relationship, like I have told you right now that 1 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer. So what is this? This is the verbal scale which clearly tell you about the difference or the representation factor of verbal scale, okay. So here you can see the example. If 1 centimeter represent 5 kilometer, means 1 centimeter of a map is equal to the 5 kilometer on the ground. Exactly the same as I had just explained you before. There is a 2 point on the map, okay, and the difference between those two map is 1 centimeter. And before reading the map, you have just look at your map scale, and if the map scale division just told you that the map is represented with 1 is to 5 kilometer, okay, 1 centimeter represent 5 kilometer, then the distance which you can get on the map is 1 centimeter, which will be on the earth surface, it will become 5 kilometer, okay. So thereafter we will go for the graphic or linear scale. So graphic or linear scale mainly express the scale of the map, okay. So on the map you can see that from the horizontal and vertical lines are over there, which will over there we can see the different kinds of map, I mean like different kind of scaling plotted over there. Like we used to get the plotting on the scale, okay, the same thing is plotted on the vertical and horizontal side of a map, okay. So we are going to see. So as you can see that this is the marking which is just you will get on your map, okay. So the length of the each unit shows how many kilometer or miles each unit is equal to on the ground. Means this measurement will tell you about the length of each unit, that how many kilometer are plotted on the map, so that you can read it very clearly and carefully, okay. So if we can see that if we will move the right side of the zero, there is a primary scale, okay, and if we will move to the left side of the zero, we can see this is an extensive scale, okay. It is divided into tenth of the unit of measure for measuring smaller division. So which means it is divided into tenth, like 2 centimeter is equal to 1 kilometer, okay, and over there on the left hand side you can see 500 meter to 1 centimeter, okay. So these are the things which has been divided into tenth of the unit to measure the smaller distance. And the main advantage of graphic scale is that it remains true even if the map is enlarged or reduced. Means if we will just zoom in the map or zoom out the map, the scale will remain always same, okay. So thereafter, we will go for the representative fraction. Representative fraction mainly express the scale of the map in the form of a ratio of the map and the distance to the ground distance. Like the on the plotting of the map, we can get something measurement like 1 centimeter, okay, 1 millimeter. But this is not the exact distance on the ground over there on the earth surface, okay. I mean the like unrepresentative factor, the unit is not specified and the scale can be read in any unit. Okay, like any unit you can use to just represent the scale, and the representative fraction can also be expressed as fractions. Like RF of 125,000 means 1 unit of map represents 25,000 units on the ground. Okay, so these are the ratio which has been told in the representative fraction. Okay, so that is enough for today classes. On the next day we are going to small scale, large scale, and you can see their conventional sign and symbols. Okay, so we'll go for the next class. Okay, thank you.